Well, we've got 3 questions here. We have Ed from Hanford. He wants to refinance, has a low income. The house is worth what he paid, $150,000. He wants to know if he can co-sign with his parents. His current interest rate is 10%. So can he refinance?
Well, when you're dealing with trying to stay in your home, it boils down to affordability, okay? If you want to stay in your home, you have 2 options. You can either try to modify your current mortgage that you have, changing an interest rate, a term, and something like that, or you can actually try to get a new loan that replaces your loan or loans, and that's called a refinance. So you really have 2 options. The best thing, first of all, is to go to the makinghomeaffordable.gov website, and they can learn about whether they may be eligible for a refinance or a modification if they have a Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac loan. They can also go to the HUD.gov website, and that will refer them if they have an FHA loan as to the Hope for Homeowners program that may be the refinance product that they need to use. So the key is to get in touch with a product that may offer that refinance. Once they understand that they're trying to apply for the product, the details are going to be their pay stubs, who can co-sign for them, whether they qualify. But they've got to get speaking to somebody about those qualification criteria to find out whether or not they actually are eligible.
And their parents need to recognize that if they co-sign on the loan, they are responsible for the loan. Many times people don't understand. Co-signing means if the person who originally signed defaults on the loan, you're on the hook, and it's your credit on the hook. So they just need to recognize that as they go forward.
And that's a very good point too, is that whatever you sign, if you're looking at a refinance, read your documents, know what you're signing. You know, don't sign anything. Don't sign over your house if somebody's trying to buy your house over your kitchen table. Get in touch with somebody that can help you with that process. So know what you're signing, read what you're signing, and get professional help.
Okay, great. Okay, we have a call from Vicki in Bakersfield. She says she applied for a loan modification with her lender and was disapproved. Are there any other options?
I would recommend that she get in touch with, again, a HUD-approved housing counseling agency. What we find is that frequently homeowners are trying to contact the lender directly and may not be speaking with the right staff at the lender. Most of the time, if a homeowner is going to call the lender, they're going to call the number that's on their payment coupon, and that generally is going to connect them to the folks at the lender who are going to be trying to collect their mortgage payments. What they should do, and there are several agencies in Bakersfield, would be to contact, again, a HUD-approved housing counseling agency, because the staff in those agencies have a different set of phone numbers than the average consumer does. They're going to be able to get in touch with somebody in the back office at the lender where the decisions on loan modifications are made, and the housing counselor is going to be able, again, to advise her on what loan modification program she may be eligible for. Just because she was turned down for one doesn't mean that she may not qualify for something else, but she needs to be working with a counselor who can intervene with her lender directly and with the right people at that lender.
And it's important, a simple way to do that, we haven't mentioned the phone number. For Fresno County and Kern County, just simply dial 211 is all you need to do. That'll connect you with United Way in those counties, and then they will in turn get you connected with the HUD-approved housing counselors in the area. And if you're outside of Fresno and Kern, you can go to the website, or you can call the local United Way, and they'll get you hooked up with a HUD-approved housing counselor. Even if they don't have one in your area, for example, Kings County and Madera County don't have HUD-approved housing counselors, you can work with one in Fresno or Kern, so it doesn't make any difference.
Okay.
And sometimes it's important to note too, especially with Making Home Affordable, which is the new Obama plan, that sometimes you may not qualify for a modification because you're current on your mortgage. So as your situation changes, you struggle to make that payment, you may qualify for something that ultimately you didn't qualify because now something's changed. So if your circumstances change, obviously your counselor should help you be able to see whether or not there's an option now that's available that wasn't there before.
Okay.
Also, it's important to understand that with the Obama package, most of the lenders are just now receiving instructions as to how to implement those modifications. So if a person was denied in, let's say, February or March, now they may be able to qualify for a modification. So it's important to be persistent. Once again, be proactive, talk to a HUD counseling agency, and continue asking for that modification.
Okay. We have a call from Wayne from Strathmore. He paid a lawyer $3,000 up front, who told him to stop making payments for 6 months. He received a notice of default, is taking a 15% furlough at work. What can he do now?
Well, he can report the lawyer to the Bar Association, for one thing. That's a perfect example. He should try and contact a HUD-approved housing counselor. It's not going to cost him any more money. He can file a complaint with us and we can try and help get the money back. But it's another example of where we've seen where just because they're an attorney doesn't mean that they're going to be able to solve the problem. They don't have any more leverage than anybody else does. They claim that they do, and we will dispute that. And here's a perfect example. Having somebody recommending that somebody stop making payments is the worst advice you can give. I think anybody in this industry will tell you that.
In fact, in some of like the Obama plan, for instance, you have to, if you intentionally stop making your mortgage payment, you may actually make yourself ineligible for the program. So intentionally not making your mortgage payment, if you can't make your mortgage payment and you have to make a budget decision because of your family finances, that's one thing. But intentionally stopping making a mortgage payment can effectively make you ineligible, and you got to be very careful about doing that. So beware of the advice that you're given.
Okay, I have a last quick question. We have 1 minute. Bill from Fresno says he purchased a couple of years ago. The value's gone by $100,000. What can I do about refinancing?
Okay. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
if his value has gone down, and that's true for many homeowners, again, making homes affordable may be an option to him as perhaps the Hope for Homeowners program. So again, there are things that are available to homeowners. They should, again, we can't say it enough, seek assistance from a HUD-approved housing counseling agency. The help is free. There is no charge for that assistance. And just look at what his options are. He may be eligible for a loan modification. It would depend on the specific details of his situation, but he really needs somebody to help him maneuver through that and sit down and figure all of that out and make some decisions with him about what he should do.
Okay, good advice. Well, unfortunately, our time is up, but the help doesn't need to end here. Visit us online at valleymortgagecrisis.org, where you will find information and resources to help save your home or get back on your feet following a foreclosure. And if you're interested in attending a foreclosure prevention workshop, all you have to do is give them a call. These monthly workshops take place at the Fresno Housing Authority. The number is 445-8961. If you don't have access to the internet and would like resource information right now, call your local United Way in Fresno and Kern counties. That number is simply 211. This has been Facing the Mortgage Crisis, brought to you through a public service media partnership of KVPR, Radio Bilingüe, and Valley Public Television to connect people with much needed information and resources. For our experts, Doug Broughton, Jeff Schrager, Elias Delgado, and Don Golick, I'm Claudia Solis Alcala. Take care.
Facing the Mortgage Crisis is made possible through a grant from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
This program has been brought to you in part by a generous grant from the George and Desa Bellier Charitable Trust, committed to the fair and unbiased sharing of news and public affairs. George and Desa Bellier Charitable Trust, proud supporters through the Fresno Regional Foundation of Valley Public Television.
And viewers like you. Thank you.